Well, welcome back, everybody. Today's going to be an outside day. It was 40, well, actually, I guess Carol said it was 33 this morning, but it's about 45 out right now. I don't have the heat on in my shop. As you can see, I got an old junky sweatshirt on. But the old Gator's got 55 hours of pretty hard running time on it. Dipstick's coming out black. And this is one of them. From what I understand, it's a copy of a 18 horse Briggs, the V type, made in China. I don't know much about it. I can't find a name on it anywhere. So I think it's an unbranded Briggs and Stratton, because probably Briggs and Strattons are made in China. Who knows? I really don't know that. So I don't think much of that. But I drain in the oil. Every time the oil plug goes in and out, just the nature of aluminum, it kind of wants to go in a little more every time. And I don't over tighten them, because I know with a pipe plug you don't have to. But this one here, I will show you where my dilemma is. This is the original plug, 3/8. And so I went over and got this one. This one here is just your standard. I had a bunch of them, I measured them all. And, well, I'll show you what they measure. Anyway, they originally had square drive for a 3/8 socket. I'm going to replace that with a 7/16 square, which takes a 7, nice and neat. But I will always use a 1/2 inch gear wrench on it. It's a lot easier. And this one here measures. There's enough difference you can feel it in your hand. That's like 645. This is 669, 670. So about 25 thousandths difference on the depth of the thread. So where this one is going in too far, this one here should still stay proud a little bit. So there's a little hole down here towards the back, and I can see, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that hole's right there. And we will see here, oh, it started right in. I put a little bit of that Rector Seal number 5 on that, just for the simple reason that changing the plug, it might have a little bit of different profile, and I don't, like I say, I don't tighten them over tight. I bet I'm only going in the inch pounds, probably maybe 50 inch pounds. It ain't much. So anyway, yeah, now we'll put a little over a quart of oil in it. I'm not going to change the filter. I'm just going to put some oil in it. And I'm going to actually blow that out. So I just used this 1030 turf guard. And it took 1.25 ounces. Of course, it goes in there. If you get one, you don't know where it is. And it is right there at the top of the... Well, I guess I got to wipe it off to get it to read right. But we'll shove it in. It's still draining down through, so it probably didn't read right. But we'll put it back in here if I can see it. And there it is right there. Which, if you wipe it off, is right at the dot. So she is right on the money for being full. I did not change the oil filter. According to most of the stuff you read, they say 200 hours on the oil filter and 100 hours on the oil. I did the oil at 50 hours or 55. Just because I don't want this engine to frig up. It's a $30-some hundred deal if you got to replace the motor. Basically half the value of the machine. And I guess I would probably do it if it happened, but then again, I might want to upgrade, I don't know, but for basically a quart and an ounce, you know, you're talking less than $8 worth of oil. We'll probably change it every 50 hours, and then when every couple, 3 changes, we'll change the filter too. But anyway, we're gonna go outside and take down those darn tomato steaks. A little fact about oil, I'm not a chemical engineer or nothing, but I've done enough reading and stuff that I know that most of the reason they want you to change your oil, like at seasonal intervals, is because of humidity that gets in the oil. This is kind of like your ethanol fuel. There is certain areas on the molecule that will attach to a water molecule. So they basically figure most stuff just sets, and well, it sets through a lot of cycles, let's put it this way: hot, cold, and the humidity gets in the engine, and a certain amount of that in humidity, especially if it's not a synthetic. I guess a synthetic, when they re-engineer it, because it's basically engineered oil, it has less of a tendency to collect that moisture in the oil. But I'm a firm believer, if you've got oil, you know, and you take a couple ounces out of it and you put the cap on like that, you're not doing yourself a service. Put your cap on so that as the temperature changes in your shop and the barometric pressure changes, you're not putting humid air in there for this to draw humidity out of. I might be wrong on that, but I keep mine tight anyway. I think it's good practice. So, little food for thought, and probably, you know, oil is one of those things where you get talking oil and everybody's got an opinion, and that's an opinion. It's not based on me going to college and knowing all about it. That's just, you know, educated, what I've learned over the years. And most of the people that tell you that stuff, one of the shows that I watched was a documentary on AMSOIL. And they were the ones that actually were saying that oil that's been made synthetically, I guess I would say, is, the guy actually showed the molecules. It's shaped just a skosh different, and it handles heat, doesn't evaporate as easy, it doesn't draw moisture as easy, you know, has a lot of benefits to synthetic. I'll probably get you guys motion sickness here walking around doing stuff, but anyway, let's see if the old girl starts. Smooth kitty's ear. Beautiful. Back her out of the shop. We're actually going to use it this afternoon. I might even take her along. My good friend Ronnie from West Virginia, he's a pretty cool guy. He lives about 7 miles from here, and he called us up. Well, actually, we called him, I guess, and wanted to know if he had any beets left in the ground. And he's got a bunch of them left. Carol likes pickled beets, so she's gonna pickle a bunch of beets. But anyway, I'm gonna go grab my jackknife. Well, I guess I got it in my pocket, but I gotta go get the stand, and we will take down some of these tomato vines and roll up that wire, get rid of some stuff. Yeah, and that's how we store it. I'll go lay this. It goes in under that cubby hole right there where the heat pump is. I'll throw it right in there in the ground. It'll stay there through the winter. And we'll take these posts down, put those over in the same area, and I'll be ready to do some harrowing here. I'm not going to show pulling these out. I'm just going to take the tractor and a chain. They're hung in there pretty good. Well, we got them all picked up, all ready to go harrowing. Got a few rocks I threw out. I'm going to go grease the harrows and we'll see if the John Deere will go.